athletes' parents again. This is something that we normally do after championships, but it's the first time we are doing it for juveniles because the first time the club has had juveniles competing. And to start off, I just want everybody to give them a round of applause for their performances and especially for their effort. So you know, I always say, I am always telling them, preaching to them, instilling in them that getting across the finish line to get a medal is not our focus. Getting across the finish line with good preparation, mindfulness, consistency, that pathway to get across the finish line is what is important. And that ensures that you do get across the finish line as the best version of yourself. So it's not about coming first, second, third or last. It's about the journey in which you are disciplined, you are resilient, you connect all the dots for you to be a best representation of yourself on that day to get across the line. And I have to say that all the participants, all the athletes who represented the club, they embodied all of those attributes. They embodied the club and my philosophy. They embodied what I have asked them to do in terms of their mindset. All of them, bar none, all of them did it and was a great representation for the club. Great representation. So I have to give thanks to the parents for your support, because I say it all the time. I said it at national forums with parents at Carifta, at Commonwealth and stuff. Parent support is vital at this age. Absolutely vital, because the kids, they need someone other than when they're in this environment with me and the other coaches to ensure that they're doing the correct things. We only have them for 6 odd hours for the week. You all have them for all the rest. So what you all do is very instrumental and supportive to bring them to the table as best prepared, so we can motivate them, we can give them the tools, we can teach them, we can sharpen them up to be the best version of themselves where athletics is concerned, but also as individuals growing up to be best versions of themselves and contributors to athletics and society. So this, we understand that the club is not only about athleticism, it's about you developing yourself as the best version of yourself. Somebody who could be your best representation to yourself, to your family, to the coaches, to the club, and by extension to your country, because we understand that this is a stepping stone, the club is a stepping stone because it's performance oriented, 2 national teams, 2 scholarships, 2 a pathway and career in athletics. So the parents, kudos to you all. I know a lot of you all are newcomers. And what I posted, they trained 3 months and how much days? 14 days or something like that. And it was exemplary, but it was not only because of the coaches. It was not only because of that, it's because the parents, you all did your part. And in many of them, it showed up where you all were really doing some back work and some homework. So I congratulate you all for that as well. In my thought process, firstly when I did the talent search and I saw the group of athletes, and I call them athletes because they are athletes now, I knew with my ability I was able to get them in that short place of time to juveniles so that they could show up and represent themselves. I knew it. I knew from within the first couple of weeks. After about 2 weeks I made the decision. I knew what was going on. I know it. I just know it from years of doing this. I know exactly the response from the parents who came to the workshop, the questions and stuff. I knew that it could have happened within 3 months for sure. So my process and thought pattern of having the big brothers and big sisters is synonymous to the holistic development approach of the club, because there wasn't any other club in Trinidad doing that. And it is for a number of reasons. One, they were in that same position that they were in. So they could understand, they have understood over the years the growth process, they have gone through the anxiety, they have gone through so many meets and the preparatory support mechanisms. They could pass on in their own little language with from teenagers to kids, pass on information and give them some tools and support going forward. And in so doing, for them, because they're still on their journey, often when we teach something, when we say something, we learn. So it was a learning process for them as well. And that is what embodies the whole philosophy of the club. It is a learning, continuous learning process and family environment and supportive environment going forward. So when I am seeing Anikwa walking back from the warm-up track with Kelsey on her back and stuff like that, that was a moment for me. It was a supportive, growing moment for the club in terms of, I wouldn't call it camaraderie, but in terms of unifying that bond and family movement going forward. So it was phenomenal, and no other club was doing that. And that is always my thought process going forward. So we always, at the end of nationals, the club will always give some appreciation for effort. And I asked all of y'all to go out. I know you all had a lot of nerves. It was many of y'all, or all of y'all, it was your first real championship meet, which was different from your school meet, which is all the top athletes in Trinidad, not schools, all the top athletes in Trinidad were there. So for those who competed in the race and placed, and for those who competed and gave an effort and showed up, and for those who competed and got into finals, and for those who competed direct into finals and were in the top 5 and stuff, that was phenomenal within 3 months and some days. Absolutely phenomenal. So give yourself a round of applause. I can't explain it any other way. That was phenomenal. One of the senior coaches on the national team messaged me and said she coaches with Burnley. Burnley came 2nd overall. And she said, boy, Burnley club did well. I saw your athletes really show up, really show up. That's some good work. Since the club started, I said, no, these athletes were preparing for 3 months and something. She said, what? She said, a year and 3 months, I said, no, 3 months. She said, what, coach? I said, yes, 3 months. She got numb. She got numb. Because 3 months means for you to bring athletes from that point to really show up in a national meet, all your different points have to be together. Has to be together. That's the only way. And that is synonymous with the developmental pathway going forward. It is not about athletics. It is not about you coming here and running and junior drills and training. That's a small part of it. That's like 25% of the equation. The 75% is how your nutrition, how you sleep, the training that you do at home, your stretching, your foam rolling, how you manage your day with your academics and stuff like that. Your mindfulness of what you do every day. And this is for you all and for the juniors. That is the catalyst. That is the part that makes you morph into a better athlete. Not just coming here and training. And all the other athletes, and I say this in all national forums when I'm teaching everything, the athletes who believe that coming to training and doing training only will progress them, they will not. They will absolutely not. You have to move as a holistic thinking unit and do all the correct things in your life to go forward. So that was great. Had some great performances. So as a club, we recognize great performances. We recognize effort. I am not concerned about placing because effort brings placing. I like effort. And in development, I like to see kids who are very spunky, full of energy, confidence. If you have nervous energy, that's fine, we manage it. And we spoke about management of nervousness. All athletes nervous, international athletes nervous, Olympians, world champions, they're nervous. All of them nervous. No matter how much medals they get, they're nervous. But it's about managing it. All of them there who are champions and national athletes, all of them nervous when they reach the line. Me, when I was competing, whether it's in running, triathlon, cycling as a national cyclist, I was nervous on the line. But how do I manage it? And you all did a fantastic job at managing it, right? And you have to keep that in your brain going forward. So I'm going to ask, I call your name. You're going to come forward and you're going to get a token on behalf of the club for your not only for your performance, but for your attitude, for your discipline, for your resilience. So this medal is not about you going to the stadium and running across the line and placing. This medal is about all the things you were doing before getting to the stadium, all the good things you were doing at home, eating properly, eating your vegetables. This is what this medal is about. This medal is not about you crossing the line and coming first, second, third, fourth. This is not what this medal is about. This medal is about all the things that you're doing at home to be able to get you to there. Alright? Shanika Joseph. Well done. Brilliant effort and performance and preparation. So this medal is, half of the medal is for you, half of the medal is for your parents. You all understand that? Half for you, half for your parents. When you reach 16 years old and stuff, the medal is yours. Until then, it's half. Alright? Nicole is not here. Aria. Well done, Aria. Well done. Kadawia. Well done. Helena is not here. Kelsey. Well done. And some great efforts from all of them. Some great efforts, some great energy from all of them when they were competing. Right, so I'll leave Zachary. Zachary isn't here, that's giving me wrong. Isaac, he isn't here. Nehemiah. Isaac, come Isaac. Isaac, well done Isaac. Oh, Isaac was down here, I didn't see him up there. Well done buddy. And Isaac did extremely well because he wasn't training the full 3 months as well. Nehemiah. Well done Nehemiah. Joshua. Well done. Energy like that. Levi. Well done, Levi. Real good. And with some real determination, eh? You all show some real determination. You all admire real emotional. I don't even want to start too much. Jeremiah. Well done, Jeremiah. Jamaria. Well done. Malik. Maceo. Shem. Speedy, Mission, Shem boy. Real Kenyan, Mission. Ronaldo. Mikai, big 400 meter and 200 meter runner. Yeah? Huh? No, afterwards we will do the equal. Right, and I left this one for last. The best for last. Because this athlete gave us, the Youth Academy, our first juvenile medal. Aliyah. Medal. Let's give her a medal for now. Let's give her.
Look pretty.
Yeah?
Oh, this everywhere.
Alright? A gold medal. Alright? Right, so with that medal, I think we may need to take back the medal from Mackay and give him it. So, right, so with that medal, Aliyah also gets most outstanding female. Yeah, most outstanding female. Yeah. Huh? They get a real shake hand and hug for me, come. Congratulations. Yeah? Mackay, step back. Return that medal. And Mackay gets most outstanding male. Yeah? Well done. Well done. So that's your new name, Mouty? 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 Well, we gotta get a story about Mouty. Right. So we have... No, we have medals, most improved. Yes. Yes. Yes, same thing twice. How many medals we have there? Right? Yeah, we gotta get more, don't worry. Right, so we have two more specific awards, and this is most improved male and most improved female. Most improved female is Kelsey. And Kelsey had a very commanding effort within our races and stuff like that. I mean, most of y'all, as I saw some brilliance of attitude. And remember what I always say with sprinting, and especially sprinting is about attitude. Sprinting is about confidence. Sprinting is about energy and aggression. You understand? You can be calm throughout the day, you can be calm during your life, but when you go out onto the field, especially for sprinters, you have to morph into a different animal. You have to be aggressive, you have to be confident, you have to be really going out, you understand? And I saw a lot of that in Kelsey. And most improved by far, and I will tell you all why, by far. No, it was a toss-up. It was a toss-up between three people. It was a toss-up between Shem, it was a toss-up between Maceo, it was a toss-up between Ronaldo. But the person who's getting it is because he moved from night to day. In terms of his attitude, he was very introverted, and then he became wow. And it showed in his performance. And I had a discussion with the big brothers and sisters and the coaches, and the person who got most improved male is Ronaldo. Yeah. It was a battle. But you all know Ronaldo. You all know Ronaldo when he first came here, he was meek and he was quiet. And I had to be behind him to put in that effort. And boy, in that 400 and that 200, Papa, yo, he morphed. And that's what I love to see. And we have to understand athletes and parents. And this is a saying that is synonymous in athletics and in coaches. There are workhorses and there are racehorses. Workhorses are the ones who are training champs, and then there are racehorses who are the ones who are racing champs. So in training, there are athletes and human beings that may be working hard and they're showing up and they're seeing like if they're going to perform. In races, they have challenges holding that together. Anxiety, preparation, nervousness, parents' expectations, and that's why I'd say curb the expectations. A week out from kids participating in any event, don't even discuss the event. Don't bring that additional pressure on them. Don't talk about, okay, don't worry, you're going to come first. Don't do that. Imagine you in that position. Going to do an interview or going to do something that is of importance, and everybody around is bringing that type of external stress, and it stresses them out even more. So there are athletes who are work horses, training champs, and don't perform. And then there are athletes who are race horses, race champs that don't perform in training, but when race day comes, something switches on. So the challenge as a coach, as an individual, and parents is to bring it linear. To bring the working horses to a point where they could be working horses and performing, and to bring the race horses to a point where, because many of them don't show up and perform as much in training, bring the race horses to a point where they could be now working horses and perform in the development. That's where we have to balance it off. But in coach, and I learned this from in Kenya, there are two different type of approaches to training and racing from athletes. But all of them, brilliant. So I just gave that little explanation about Ronaldo, but he has morphed and I've seen it in training. But what he did in race, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect that type of outward performance and confidence and stuff like that. So it means that he has a lot inside his tank. And what really, overall, what really, and I'm saying it again, what really impressed me was the confidence of the kids going into the races, was the ability to step to the line and actually produce everything that we were learning. So it meant that they were in the moment when we were training. It meant that I was watching, because I am a person, I watch every detail and every athlete. And I could tell all the little quirks and stuff about every individual. And I've seen them when they approach the line, their whole mannerism, the approach, the arms, who was on the line, who was close to the line, who needed to be adjusted to the line, all those little things. When you're set, who was doing the right set position, when they're taking off the energy, who was able to run the bends, who was able to carry that energy force going forward. I know everything that's going on with each one of y'all individually. And what I have to train. Right? So, but it was brilliant. You all came, you all did your best. Your best was more than good. And you all should be feeling very, very proud of yourself and setting up yourself now for going wrong. Next year, when we go into juveniles, I guarantee you, you all will be a scene. You know what that scene is? You see when the twins and Anikwa and Mario Kiel, all of them going, Miguel, Deshaun, all of them going in the stadium, it's be a scene. When they walk inside a stadium, whether it's in Trinidad and Tobago, and people see them coming inside, everybody is notice and start again nervous. Because they know when they step to the line, everybody had to run. And they know they're going to perform. They're not off this. They're not off this every day. And that's the same thing you're going to happen. I guarantee you. And coaches know that. That if you all what you all did in 3 months, next year when you all reach into stadium, it's going to be a whole different ball game. Whole different ball game. Podiums against podiums. Great performances. However, you all have to continue doing what you're doing. This doesn't happen by season. It doesn't happen by period. It has to be a continuous mindfulness to grow good habits. So when you go home and you're doing all your stuff and you're thinking and stuff, think about what are the things coach telling you to do. Think about all the good things and right things I'm supposed to do to build habits. So it becomes like a normal way of doing things. Then on the hills, that's going to continue for the next 8 weeks. We have national cross country that's going to happen across there. So I'm giving you all a little outlook. Starting from in October, every other Saturday training is going to be in the morning at 7 o'clock. What we're going to be doing is something that I initiated in Trinidad called Fartleks, which the Kenyans did. And last year I started it where all the clubs, they were open to all the clubs. And we actually did a specific type of training on the cross-country track, which is from QRC, go down into the hollows, run across here, loop back around, go straight across the top of the hollows, run straight down the trees and loop back around. That's the loop. And that is actually the course for national cross-country. So every other Saturday morning, I'll come out, and all the clubs in Trinidad normally come, and I'll do a specific session. I'll run the session, but it's in preparation for national cross country. So the club is going to be doing that every other Saturday, 7 o'clock in the morning, and in the following Saturday, we come back to training in preparation. So that's our next meet. It should be in November, once the calendar stays as was last year, November. And then the first week in December, we were invited to, which we participated in last year, grass track meet in Aranguez it was, Darren? Aranguez, which we did Ediat, which the club did extremely well in. Extremely well in. So the club, all the juveniles, everybody, we're going to be competing. We break, and then our first meet, most likely the first meet might be yours as juveniles. maybe the second week in January. So next year we're going to have a number of competitions, but I'm going to select the competitions that you're all going to do. I may not allow you all to do the first meet, juvenile meet. I may allow you all to do the second juvenile meet, but I'll consider how training goes. Yeah? So again, congrats to you all. Congrats to the parents. Well done. Keep up the great work. And I'll see you all next week. We're going forward again. Yeah? Round of applause. Well done, well done. Big